What's going on YouTube? It's Mike here. Today guys, we're going to be doing a comparison of the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4S. Now, I'd first like to start off by saying, please leave some comments below on your thoughts of this new camera. This is the JVC HD Vario that I just got today. So this is my first actual video that I'm putting on this channel, filming from it. So just let me know in the comments below on your thoughts of the quality, audio. I know the lighting's bad to begin with. Just a overview of what you guys think. But so today in this video, we're going to be comparing my iPhone 5, which is right here, and my previous iPhone 4S, which is now my brother's. So obviously right off the bat, you're going to notice the bigger screen, which is much of a difference. So I'll just put the two together right here, and you could definitely see that there is a huge difference. As you know, the iPhone 5 adds a 5th row of icons along with the iPod Touch 5. So that's one of the main differences that you could already tell off the bat. Like I said, it's not that hard to tell. You could just, easily see. But I do like how there's a 5th row of icons. Obviously, there's the 4-inch screen on here compared to the 4S, which has the 3.5-inch screen. The benefit of the 4-inch screen is pretty much the fact that you could add a 5th row of icons and all the apps are bigger. And then after using the 5 for a while, at first you'll look at it and you'll be like, wow, this is really, really big. But then if you switch to, you'll get used to that. When you switch to something like the 4S or another 3.5-inch device, you'll be like, wow, this is so small. So once you get used to the 5, you will not be used to anything that you've previously used. So I definitely have to give a plus with the 4-inch screen. Plus, there's 44% more color saturation, so the colors look a lot better. And I've even noticed that on the iPhone 5 compared to the iPhone 4S. Next, I want to talk about the design. The first thing you'll notice is it's very lighter. Let's see if the camera autofocuses. There we go. So the iPhone 5 is much thinner than the iPhone 4S. I didn't mean lighter, I meant thinner. We'll get to that in a bit. But you could also notice the size difference right here. Here it is the same on the bottom, and then as you can see, it's much taller on the top. But it is still a lot thinner, like I said, which is the nice difference and the nice part of it. So it does feel great in the hand. Definitely, like if you come back to pick up something like this 4S here, it does feel a lot thicker. So when holding something like the iPhone 5, you do get that sense of thinness and lightness, and it's very much different. And then also I've noticed, and a lot of people notice this too, when first picking up the iPhone 5, it almost feels like a toy because it's so light. And then, like you get used to it after a while and you pick up the 4S and it is just so freaking heavy. It just feels like a paperweight almost. It feels so much heavier compared to this because it's just lighter in general, the iPhone 5. So next, what I definitely want to talk about too is the backings. As you can see, the iPhone 5's back is very different compared to this iPhone 4S here. So the difference is on the iPhone 5, there's a all new two-toned back to it, and this applies for the white one as well. Whereas on the iPhone 4S and the 4, we just had our simple glass back. So on the iPhone 5, it is two-toned, depending on your color. So for the white model, you'll get a silver type of backing to it, and then the white on the top and the bottom, as you can see here. And then on the black one, you get this grayish slate color, and then the black on the top and bottom. And depending, if you get the silver or the slate, that'll also run around for your antenna bar as well. So on the iPhone 5 in white and silver, this bar is all silver. It's no longer this aluminum that we previously got on the iPhone 4, the 4S. Even if it, it didn't depend on your color model, now it does. And so in my opinion, the iPhone 5, the black version especially, looks very sleek and slim, and it just looks great holding it, feels great holding it. And the back is beautiful too. It feels very nice, this liquid metal aluminum. It does feel great, and the Apple logo even shines a little bit differently. As you can see, a kind of comparison there, but again, still very nice. Next, we're just going to do a quick test as to pretty much the internet. So here I have Apple searched up in Google on this iPhone 5 and iPhone 4, so we're just going to hit search at the same time. We'll see which comes up first, and obviously the iPhone 5 beats it to the pulp. This is on 2 bars only of LTE, and this is on 3 bars of 4G over here. So now let's actually go to apple.com. And again, the 5 beats it by a landslide, already done. The 4S comes in just a little bit after, and then we'll go ahead and watch the keynote and see how fast they load up. It should just play right off the bat. iPhone 5 starts, takes a little bit longer for the 4S, but that does eventually kick in too. Just to take a look at buffering, neither of them have started up yet, so I'm going to play on both of them. So obviously now they're going to play a little bit different since I started the 5 a little bit earlier, so we'll just give the 4S a chance there. So one thing you will notice, I'll actually turn down the volume on these. You will notice that on this 4S over here, there is a little bit of lag. Compared to the 2, you'll see that this is kind of fuzzier and a little less up to date in terms of, you know, how fast the video is coming up. And as you can see, Tim Cook over here is running a lot faster and smoother compared to the 4S. And you can see it's kind of just like pixelated out and a little slower and laggier compared to the iPhone 5. Again, the iPhone 5 is on LTE and the iPhone 4S is on 4G. And this only has 2 bars. This has 3, so that's pretty crazy, but yet it still loads up very fast and snappy. Okay, so next, guys, we're going to do a boot down and startup test. So I'm going to shut off both of these phones here and then reboot them just the same. So here we go. Let's see which one does it first. So here we go. The spinning wheels to the moment of truth. And then, of course, we'll do our boot test. Obviously, you know, these take some time. As you know, iPhones take a long time to boot off, even if we're running on the new iPhone 5. But as you can see, the 4S shut off just a tad faster than the iPhone 5 there. That can't be right. So let's go ahead and boot these up now. Just at the same time. Okay, both Apple logos come on. Now, from what I know on my iPhone 5 review, the iPhone 5 came in at 17 seconds, and I think the 4S comes in at either 25 or 30 seconds. I can't remember, but obviously the iPhone 5 is going to come in before it. So let's just wait and see. And there you go. There's your answer, guys. The iPhone 5 came in at 17 seconds flat, and the 4S catches up about 4 or 5 seconds later. So not gonna lie, both of them are fast, but you know, with 1 GB of RAM on the iPhone 5, and of course the A6 chip, obviously everything in total is just gonna be a little faster. Now let's go ahead and give a demo of Siri. How tall is LeBron James?
LeBron James is 6'8".
So there you can see the iPhone 5 is already in. The 4S, oh man, you're slacking. The 4S actually isn't loading, unfortunately. But the 5 already came in with its results of LeBron James' height, which is 6'8". And the 4S is just a little bit behind here. Yes, I am connected to a network. But I'm not going to restart this test because that's the true quality right there, guys. It's not loading. Ugh, Apple. The next thing I want to talk about kind of relates back to design, and that is the bottom charging ports compared to the iPhone 4S and the iPhone 5. Actually, I'll go over all the buttons in general. Starting with the bottom, we do have our dock down here. So as you can see, it has changed with the 4S being on the bottom and the 5 being on top. So the iPhone 5 has the all-new Lightning connector, and the 4S still has that 30-pin dock connector, so you can get an adapter, you know, if you want to use the same chargers. That's really up to you. The headphone jack has moved from the top to the bottom here on the iPhone 5, and you can see the speaker and mic grills have changed up just a little bit. Over here, the volume rockers and the mute switches really haven't changed up much. They're pretty much the same. You know, the 5 is a little bit higher up since it is taller. And then over at the top, we still have our headphone jack on our 4S, obviously, but it's missing on the iPhone 5, just because, you know, well, it's on the bottom now. And over here, we do have our SIM trays. We have our nano SIM tray for the iPhone 5 and our micro SIM tray for the 4S. And then the back cameras here on the iPhone 5, we have our 8-megapixel 1080p camera with a mic in between the flash and the camera, which came from up here since the headphone jack is now on the bottom, so the mic was moved here closer to the camera along with the flash. And on the 4S, we just have our camera and flash while our mic is up here, still next to the headphone jack. So guys, that is my comparison of the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4S. If you like this video, please leave some comments below on your thoughts. Of course, rate, give this video a thumbs up, and click the subscribe button up top. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.